Now, Friday Night Blitz on KEZI 9 News.
Well, Friday Night Blitz, I'm Jake Zivin. Eric Elkin and Steven Nelson are both in the Bay Area for Oregon and Cal and Oregon State at Stanford. It's officially the first week of the playoffs tonight, and that means Sheldon begins its march towards what they hope will be another state title after coming up short in the championship game a year ago against Lake Oswego. Despite being undefeated, the Irish only a 2 seed because of a wacky OSAA system hosting David Douglas. First quarter, short pass to Connor Strom, who breaks 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 tackles before he gets into the end zone. What a beast, 7-0 Irish. Next, David Douglas possession, pressure, and Mike Ralston picks it off the defensive end, gets a pick 6, and caps it with an emphatic spike like Rob Gronkowski, or for the older viewers, Refrigerator Perry. It's 14-0 Sheldon. Ralston was penalized for that. Second quarter, ball at the 1, Taylor Alley keeps it, 21-zip. Next time with the ball, Alley, lots of time, brings it down and takes off, shows off his speed down the sideline. Touchdown Irish, 28-zip. Sheldon cruising as expected. Still in the second quarter, Alley rolls to his right, then lets it go for Ivan Feilheiber. Perfect pass, touchdown. Sheldon cruises through the first round, 42-6. In the next round, they will play Roseburg because the 6-seeded Indians went up to Gresham and upset the 3-seed 39-38 in 2 overtimes. Roseburg went for 2 and got it to win the game. So next week it's Roseburg at Sheldon in the 6A round of 16. To the chopper. 5th-seeded Thurston at 4th-seeded Oregon City. Thurston moving the ball. Roy Jackson gets the handoff and will flip into the end zone. 18-yard touchdown, 12-6, Colts in front. Third quarter, Pioneers with the ball, trailing by 4. Mitchell Thompson takes it in from the 5. It's 21-18, Oregon City up by 3, but the lead was short-lived. Corey Wyke from 7 yards out, nice stiff arm at the end. The quarterback makes it 30-21, Thurston by 9. Pioneers use special teams to keep it close. This is the ensuing kickoff. Nick Martin will go 75 yards for the score. Made it 30-28, but that's as close as Oregon City would get. Thurston holds on for the win. The Colts will play a top-seeded Jesuit next week. Future Duck Thomas Tyner and his Aloha Warriors, a 2 seed in the tournament, hosting Glencoe. Tyner, just ridiculous again tonight. A 65-yard touchdown run. He probably ran 100 yards on it, cut back all the way across the grain. Made it 24-21 Aloha, the Warriors, in a close game. Aloha gets the ball back. Tyner will go 67 yards this time. Makes it 31-21 Aloha. But Glencoe, the 7 seed, came back. Ryan Spalding, a 10-yard touchdown run, puts Glencoe on top 35-31. Just a couple minutes to go. Cesar Gonzalez finds who else? Thomas Tyner through the air, and he gets the ball over the goal line before he fumbles. Game-winning touchdown for Tyner. Aloha wins 38-35, over 400 yards on the night from the future Duck. Since moving up to 5A in 2010, Marist has been the cream of the crop in that classification, at least from the Eugene Springfield area. The Spartans lost in the state title game 2 years ago and came up short in the semifinals last season. Frank Geske and Marist hoping this will be their year in 5A. Marist, a 2 seed, opening up the playoffs against Hermiston, playing at Willamette High School so they can get off that turf at Marist. First quarter, Cameron Smith to Josh Harper, who's wide open, man slips. Touchdown, 7-zip Spartans. Still in the first, Hermiston fumbles the football. Colton Bloom scoops and takes off. A touchdown for Marist, a long way to run. 14-zip Spartans on top. Still in the first, more from Smith. Again to Harper, over the middle this time. 20-zip Marist, and it's still in the first. This time it's Austin Owen on the end of the Cameron Smith touchdown. Marist rolls 68-22. Springfield, the surprise of our area this season against Roosevelt. They're playing at North Eugene again, so they can get an artificial turf. Javon Garcia runs it in for the touchdown. Springfield goes up 29-14, but trying to add to it, they fumble the football. James Shell Buchanan picks it up for Roosevelt. Then D'Amelia Spires runs it in for the score, and Roosevelt cuts the Springfield lead to 29-22. They get the ball back, trying to tie the game up, but Taylor Traves intercepts the pass. Great defensive back play from him all season. That led to another Springfield touchdown, made it 35-22, and then Jonathan Emerald caps it off for the Millers. 42-22, Springfield wins in the first round of the playoffs. Number 6, Ashland, making the long trip up to take on Jake Lacoste, and number 3, West Albany. They're not afraid of playing on grass up there. Less than a minute left in the second quarter. Lacoste takes the handoff, puts West up 21-7 at the half. More from Lacoste in the third quarter. 75-yard touchdown. This guy puts up Thomas Tyner-like numbers every week. 28-7, West Albany on top. Still in the third, Cody Lahota, play action. They get the defense to bite on the fake to Lacoste, and he airs it out to Brendan Breslin. Touchdown, West Albany. 35-7, Bulldogs on top. Ashland is trying to get something going. Connor KEZI to Shashamini Penn, but Ashland unable to capitalize after that big play. West Albany rolls 42-7. A 4-5 matchup up in the Portland area. Crescent Valley playing Wilson at Cleveland High School. Crescent Valley made the trip up from Corvallis and then made the trip downfield in the first quarter to grab the lead. Nick Pozzezzi, 5'9" junior, scores 7-0 after one. Second quarter, more of the same. Pozzezzi with the ball and another short touchdown, a 4-yarder. Crescent Valley up 14-zip at the half. Wilson rallied in the third quarter. You could say the ball bouncing their way. This is 4th and 27. Michael Reed to Jordan Smith, and look at the bounce. Touchdown for Wilson. That's how you do it. 14-7, but that is all the Raider defense would give up. Just one kind of fluke touchdown on the night. Crescent Valley moves into the 5A quarters with a 14-7 win. In other 5A first-round action, both Lebanon and Churchill seasons come to an end at the hands of number 1 seeds on the road. Crescent Valley will have to try to knock off the number 1 seeded Redmond next week. So great night in 6A and 5A as expected. Sheldon and Marist, the 1 seeds, roll on. A couple upsets as well up in Portland from some of our teams. Coming up after the break, more playoff night action. 4A, 3A, 2A will break down what these smaller schools are doing tonight after the break.
Welcome back to Friday Night Blitz on KEZI 9 News.
Welcome back to the Blitz. I'm Jake Zivin. Eric and Steven are both in the Bay Area for Oregon Cal and Oregon State Stanford. We'll hear from them soon. But first, we're going to continue with the first round of the Class 4A playoffs. Douglas's season ended tonight at Cascade. Willamette, a 7-seed, upset 2-seed Sweet Home. Siuslaw comes up 1 point short of pulling the 8-1 upset in a rematch of last year's state title game at LaSalle. North Bend handles Klamath Union, and Cottage Grove will play at Baker tomorrow. That is a Saturday game. Now for some first-round playoff action in 3A and 2A, we're going to bring in Lauren Michler. Lauren?
Well, Jake, Santiam Christian is the defending 3A state champion, and last year, the Eagles kicked a game-winning field goal as time expired to knock off Dayton. Tonight, their title defense began. Santiam Christian, a 3-seed this year's tournament, hosting Lakeview in the first quarter. Jacob Callis takes the handoff for the Eagles to put them in range for an early score. And after that long run there, running back Jordan Lang is hit hard, and he fumbles right at the goal line, and Lakeview would recover after the Eagle defense forced a punt. Quarterback Grant Schroeder runs it himself, slips a few tackles there, and he's rewarded in the end zone. No extra point, though. Santiam Christian leading 7-0. Later in the first, Schroeder is complete downfield to Trent Jancy to move the chains. And the ensuing drive here, Callis runs the ball right into the end zone for the score. 12-0 Santiam Christian. Eagles roll 46-7. In 2A, Central Linn hosting 5th seed Gaston. The Cobras working their 2-quarterback offense on a chilly night. Central Linn leading 14-0 first quarter. Gaston with the ball, and they fumble. Central Linn recovers, and on the ensuing drive, Clay McClure hands off to Josue Aviles, runs it in for a Cobra touchdown to make it 20-0 Central Linn. Beginning of the second quarter, Gaston in the red zone. Sam Wismer runs it in to get the Greyhounds on the board, making it 20-6 Central Linn. Hosting Greyhounds put another TD on the board, and the Cobras They hold on in the fourth quarter with this touchdown, courtesy of senior captain Mark Lacoste. KEZI scored 28-14. Cobras eliminate the Greyhounds at home, 34-14 your final there. Central Linn and Santiam Christian both move on to quarterfinals in their divisions. Jake, take it away.
Yeah, thanks so much, Lauren. Elsewhere in Class 3A, Coquille and Glide both see their seasons end tonight, while Pleasant Hill plays its first-round game tomorrow. 3 other 2A games tomorrow as well. Oakland, Oak Ridge, and Monroe all trying to move on to the quarterfinals. And in 1A, Elkton's season ended tonight with a 54-40 loss to Sherman. Lots of action tomorrow in 1A, however. A lot more of our team still alive. 2-seed Camas Valley and Lowell hosting. Crow and Triangle Lake will be looking for upsets.